Okay, hi everyone. So now we are moving in part 2 in chapter number 3. So in part 2, chapter number 3, we will learn about the obstacles and fallacies in reasoning. So let's take a look at the slide. Obstacles. Okay. So about obstacles and fallacies in reasoning. So um, So in this part, so in this what we learn now, yeah, just now ni obstacle and fallacies is about when someone make their decision, it tend to be wrong, yeah, turn to be wrong. So the obstacle and fallacies normally will make someone decision turn to be wrong. Decision become wrong lah, jadi totally salah lah because of this obstacle and fallacies. So we will go through one by one. But then let's take a look at the definition of obstacles and fallacies. So first is obstacle. When we talk about obstacle, it is something that block your movement. It prevent you from going forward. It prevent you and make you to be more difficult. So meaning that when we relate this definition of obstacle with decision making, normally someone decision making will be, so because you have choice, either you want to do this or you want to do this. It will, your decision will be right, will be wrong. So normally obstacle will make your decision to become something that is totally wrong. Okay, that is obstacle, something that block your mind to think something that is relevant or positive thing, something like that. That is obstacle. But then when we talk about fallacies, it's more towards mistaken belief. Someone mistaken belief always tend to think negative about someone else and so on. So that is fallacies. So as we know that we already learned about moral reasoning. So moral reasoning about someone decision making. But then in this part, obstacle and fallacies, it is more toward someone decision that become wrong. That is decision mistake. So decision mistake of someone influenced by obstacles and fallacies in daily life can make you choose a wrong decision, either it's right or wrong. So benda-benda lah yang kita akan cover. Sorry. So we will go through. There are 13 obstacles and fallacies in reasoning. The first one, skepticism, cultural and relative ethic, dogmatism, false obstruction of theory and practice, the fallacies of authority, ad hominem argument, misplaced and improperly placed authority, the appeal to force, appeal to pity, ridicule, begging the question, equivocation, psychological obstacles, and a final comment on courage. So we will cover one by one, and we will, and you, after we done cover this chapter, you will realize your decision making is influenced by what type of obstacle or fallacies in your life. Yeah, that's why we need to learn this, because normally in our daily life we will decide to do something and something. So normally our decision influenced by what. So let's take a look. The first one is skepticism. So when we talk about skepticism, it is any determination of morality and simply an expression of feeling or emotion, and also can be known narrow-minded. So meaning that those person who have this kind of attitude, which is skepticism, normally this person tend to think negative towards someone else. They try to deny something that is truth. Something truth happen, this person will deny. So I already gave the example in class about skepticism person. Um, an example given like before, contoh lah, Abu and Ali. Ali got dean list every semester, but then what happened to Abu? He he always think negative about Ali. Menoyol lah tu nak dapat dekan, tak betul lah tu dan sebagainya. So that is skepticism, thinking negative about someone, narrow-minded. Okay, and normally this kind of person that have this attitude about skepticism, normally they practice something that is simply or merely or nothing more. Yeah. So that is skepticism. Simple as that. Don't be someone that have a skeptic attitude. Okay. Number two, cultural and relative ethic. So I just simply explain about this part is normally cultural and relative ethic that what can we relate about decision making? Normally, someone decision making in life are influenced by cultural and relative ethic. I give an example. Kalau in Malaysia we have orang utara, we have orang Pantai Timur, we have southern region, we have Sabah and Sarawak. So normally, those person who live in this region have a different culture, they have a different standard, different practices in their life and different values. For example, orang Melaka kan, kalau you selalu dengar kan sebut-sebut ayat-ayat, oh benda-benda Melakau lah, apa benda lah kan. For them, they think that the word is biasa je, but then for others will think that ayat-ayat yang diperkatakan tu adalah kasar. Same goes to di kawasan utara, kawasan for example Pantai Timur, they have different culture, different standard and everything. So sama jugalah in your class, you will have a friend that have different background of family. Some of your friend have a rich family background. Some of your friend have a biasa family yang biasa-biasa je. So normally their culture, their standard, their practices in life are totally different, and their decision making normally are influenced by their own cultural and relative ethic. So when we talk about relative ethic, it's not about family members or so on. It's also we can relate with our surrounding. When you live, for example, you yourself as a student, you live with your friend yang cakap mencarut aja. So you tend to do the same thing. Your decision, your attitude will influence by that part. Yeah. So that is a second one. Everyone has their own belief. Okay. Ni number two. Number three, dogmatism. Dogmatism is something that is have a little bit same like skepticism, but dogmatism is more towards close-minded. Just now, skepticism is narrow-minded, but dogmatism is close-minded, which is the person that have this kind of attitude always think that he or she always right. So that's why if you look at the meaning of dogma, that which one thing is true. Always think I am right. Who are you? Tak betul lah you cakap. Okay, so that is dogmatism. This person try to close everything and not accept others' opinion. So that is dogmatism. And this person, dogmatism, that have this kind of attitude, they tend to refuse the possibility of error of knowledge that they may be wrong. And dogmatism has a closed mind and refuse to acknowledge any alternatives. So meaning that this person are not simply accept others' opinion. Okay, that is dogmatism. So what about number four? False obstruction of theory and practice. So in this part, ethical theory is after all only a theory and therefore not factual, realistic or practical. So meaning that the person that have this kind of obstacles, this person, false obstruction of theory, normally is someone that not like to hear someone else's theory. When someone else says something, oh, that is just a theory. I will believe when there is a fact, there is a practical for me to do. If you just simply say like that, I will not believe what you say. So this will affect someone decision making when someone have this kind of belief or action in their life. Ya, dia tak boleh nak percaya orang sesuka hati. Kalau you bercakap, So where is the fact? So where is the evidence? Is it realistic? So that is someone, yeah, that have a false obstruction of theory and practice. So that is number 4. And in this part, if you see, you must know reject theories simply because they are theories. You should reject theories if evidence show that they really inadequate also. Meaning that if the theory you say something tak cukup bukti and everything, diorang takkan percaya lah. Okay, because this person will want something. If you say something, the theory must supported by the evidence. So as mentioned just now. So that is number 4. Number 5, the fallacy of authority. Simple, which is someone that tend to believe those who have the power. Authority is about power. Someone that have power, so normally you will tend to trust this person. For example, politician have the power. So normally masyarakat rakyat kan we believe them, akan percaya, oh kita menjanjikan kita akan buat ini dan sebagainya. So normally Malaysian will tend to believe or trust those person that have a power. Okay, so that's why people will trust someone who have authority than people who not have the authority. I give you an example. Me myself as a lecturer and one of your friend. So when I'm saying something, when I'm talking about something and your friend talking the same topic, so you as a student, normally you tend to trust who? Either me or your friend. So normally people, yeah, will tend to trust someone that have the authority. Of course, you yourself will trust me because I'm the lecturer rather than your friend that have nothing. Maybe degree pun tak habis lagi kan. Macam tu lah kadang-kadang ada orang think kau you have PhD holder and master holder. So normally you tend to trust who? So normally we will tend to trust someone that have the higher position, PhD student yang ada title doctor. So something like that lah. It's about fallacy of authority, mistaken belief. What about number 6? Ad hominem argument. So ad hominem argument normally is someone that have an opinion or belief is wrong solely because the person saying so is known to be bad or disreputable. You cannot believe a word he said because he is jerk. Attacking the person making argument rather than the argument itself when the attack on the person is completely irrelevant to the argument, and people often try to defeat their opponent by making fun of them. So the person that have this kind of attitude, which is ad hominem argument, but then you need to understand ad hominem argument ni from Latin word ad hominem argument. Yeah, ad hominem argument more towards someone yang lebih kepada when they debate, when they want to argue something, this person will make fun of the others. Contohlah, I bergaduh dengan someone yang fat boy lah kan tentang some topic or whatsoever. So I will tell, kau pun gemuk nak cakap macam ni dan sebagainya. So this person tend to defeat their opponent by making fun of them. Mengutuk, mengeji, biar orang ramai ketawakan the person yang you argue dan sebagainya. So that is ad hominem argument that will affect your decision daripada benda yang baik jadi benda yang buruk because you make fun of someone else. So that is ad hominem argument. So what about number 7? Misplaced and improperly placed authority. This is something that lebih kurang sama tadi yang tend to trust the authority, but then when we talk about misplaced and improperly placed the authority is lebih kepada trust someone that expert, people who professional, even when the supposed expert has little experience on that subject. Kalau contoh kita bagi at least endorse and advertise product. Produk Milo lah kan. Kalau for example Milo. Orang kata kalau tengok iklan Milo, minum Milo anda jadi sehat dan kuat, you akan jadi sehat dan kuat. Sedangkan the content of ingredient di dalam Milo tu lebih kepada sugar. Tetapi when someone that have the influence, a popular athlete, kalau contohlah Cristiano Ronaldo, drink Milo kan, and then dia advertise and endorse the product kepada social. So normally netizen ni kan, netizen ni will buy and consume that product because of they tend to trust the person that expert that have the influence. Kalau Cristiano Ronaldo tu kan, kenapa kita cakap dia expert ataupun professional? Because of dia orang yang power bermain dalam football tu, very talented athlete, footballer. That's why bila dia minum something, orang akan, oh hebatnya. Dia mungkin dia hebat bermain bola sepak because of dia consume ataupun minum air Milo. Sedangkan air Milo tu sebenarnya tak berapa baik because the sugar tu, kandungan sugar dalam Milo tu sangat-sangat tinggi. So that is misplaced and improperly placed the authority. So what about number 8? Appeal to force. So appeal to force is more towards the force that has been used to influence someone's decision. So for example, if you don't accept X as true, I will hurt you. Meaning that if you don't follow what I said in front of you, you will get something, which is punishment and everything. So normally, when there is a force, someone's decision will be influenced. Kalau contoh ni in family, kalau kau tak ikut cakap ayah, ayah takkan bagi kau duit. Kalau contoh kau tak masuk university, you have a choice whether you want to enter UiTM or UM for example. So your dad give help you ataupun decide you need to enter UM. But then if sedangkan you memang nak masuk UiTM, and then your dad say if you tak masuk UM, ayah tak bagi duit. So normally what happen to you? So you akan ikut follow arahan daripada someone lah, iaitu your dad untuk masuk UM, because of if you tak follow, you will not get any money from your dad. So that is the appeal to force. Ada paksaan, force terhadap certain thing that will influence your decision. What about number 9? Appeal to pity and ridicule. This one adalah lebih kepada appeal to sympathy. When someone say something, oh tolonglah help me, so we tend to feel pity, rasa kesian, feel sympathy towards someone else. Please help me, please help me. Kalau contoh kalau kat kedai-kedai makan kan, normally orang akan kesian kalau orang datang yang orang buta tu, blind people dengan bawa tisu kan. So those who have the sympathy and pity towards someone else, so the decision tu dia akan berubah-ubah lah. Okay, so that is the appeal to pity and ridicule is also known as appeal to sympathy. Your decision adalah influenced by sympathy. What about number 10? Begging the question. So begging the question is kalau on in the debate. Kalau di debate, nak berdebate dengan someone else, dia akan repeat the same thing. Padahal kadang-kadang dia dah tak ada point dah. Dia akan keep repeat the same thing. Kenapa pula macam ni? Sepatutnya macam ni. Kenapa pula macam ni? Why? Keep repeating the same question because this person don't have any information to debate or argue with someone else. Okay? The individual tries to win the argument by repeating the same information over and over again. So hopefully a group presentation that present this topic, this chapter can show us the video or any example that related about this part and previous fallacies and obstacle. So number 11, equivocation, simple. Equivocation is double meaning. That's why we need to use something that is straightforward because someone will tend to think negative rather than positive. So when I'm saying that, oh, I'm gay, so normally people will think that I am homosexual, but then gay can be another meaning, which is happy. I'm gay. I feel gay right now. Takkan saya rasa saya homosexual sekarang ni kan? So that is equivocation. Normally people tend to believe negative rather than positive. That's why we as a human being, we need to use correct word, which is straight to the point. Kalau tidak, dia akan jadi double speak. So if you look at the example, feather is light. Light can be cerah, bright. It also can be heavy, berat ataupun dan sebagainya. What is light? So kat situlah contoh-contoh equivocation. So equivocation can be known as a double meaning word or double speak. Please don't use double meaning word or something else lah ya. Number 12, psychological obstacle. So psychological obstacle normally someone that have a poor reasoning. Dia susah sangat nak buat decision. Macam mana tend to listen to someone else. So that is what we call psychological obstacle. Someone that it's very hard to make their decision. So normally bila biasanya orang-orang yang tak pandai lah kan. Macam mana nak buat decision apa semua, macam itulah lebih kurang. That's why kadang-kadang this person tend to listen to someone else when they want to decide something. That's why poor reasoning. And last one, final comment on courage. It is more towards the need, the spirit and courage to speak out, to reason morally, and to stand for what is right is the only solution to address new morality. Requires both courage and humility. Normally, final comment on courage is keberanian. Someone will tend to have a courage, berani to do something when there is support from the back. I will do something when there is a lot of support at my back. Ada orang support you, and then you akan berani untuk buat sesuatu benda. Jadi kadang-kadang when you want to do something, orang support buat benda yang salah, so you akan buat juga benda yang salah sebab apa ramai support. Even kalau you buat benda yang baik, orang support pun you akan buat. So there is a final comment on courage. So basically if you want to know very detail about the example or the definition about obstacle and fallacies and in reasoning, I suggest you please read the books ethic and policy issues in sport. If you don't have, please find from your senior and so on. Yeah? So then as a conclusion, you can realize in your life your decision making are influenced by what kind of obstacle and so on. So that's it. Please pray for the best for the world, even in Malaysia. Take care of yourself. See you again. Okay, Assalamualaikum.